Mama gave me sun, Daddy gave me shade. Mama was light, Dad knew what darkness weighed. Dad knew what darkness weighed. Gave me roots, Daddy gave me wings. Mama gave me breath, Dad taught me to sing. Mama gave me roots, Daddy gave me wings. Mama gave me breath, Dad taught me to sing. Dad taught me to sing. Dad taught me to sing.
Now I've been happy lately, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has begun. Oh, I've been smiling lately, dreaming about the world as one, and I believe it could be someday it's going to come. 'Cause out on
Happy Easter. Welcome, welcome. Come on in and find a seat. Welcome to Unity Columbine Spiritual Center, where centered in God, we celebrate a world of harmony, peace, and abundance for all. Please stand for our first joy song.
Come on, you can put your hands together. Let's sing. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Oh yeah, now feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh yeah, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Now say, God loves you and I love you too. Oh yeah, now feel the love in the sanctuary. Oh, and lift your voice and repeat after me. One more time. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love.
And now, with much love, we welcome up our children. Please come on up.
Come on up. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, children of Columbine. It's very exciting. Can you feel the energy? What are you most excited about today? Easter egg hunt. Candy. Anything else? Toys. They said joy and peace and love. I heard it. This morning we are going to go sing together downstairs, make some noises and pray through song, talk about Easter and unity and what that means, play some games, and then Jeannie has some very specific instructions on what happens right after the service.
I'm looking at toys that we got here. So, anyways, happy Easter, everyone. I'm so sorry to have my back turned this way. And so today, one of the most exciting things about today for Columbine 2, for the kids, is our Easter egg extravaganza. So we parents and everybody, we have roped off, not really roped, flagged off the patio. So we're gonna bring all the kids up and on the patio. If all the parents can meet us on the patio as soon as you can get out there. So if someone tries to talk to you, say, I can't talk right now, I gotta get out to the patio. You know, come out to the patio. Then we have a flagged off part underneath the play structure for 3 and under, and the rest of the kids it's kind of just open game. There will be an X amount of eggs that each person can get as soon as we get a head count, because there will be more people coming. We'll let the kids know, and they will know how many. So probably like 10 eggs each or something like that. So I think we're good. You can bless us out.
We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. We see the Christ you are.
And 2 quick things. This family right right here. I'm going to mention at the end because they're donating a ton of wood chips for us. You'll hear about that at the end. And for right now, if there are any gaps in your row, please move to the center and leave the edge seats empty so that people can fill in. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, why don't you stand back up on your feet? Can everybody, just as loud as you can, yell, faith? Faith! That wasn't as loud as I could, but that would have been too much. One more time, faith! Faith! That's right, we're going to teach you this song. So here we go. 2, 3, 4. There is no ocean that can't be parted. There is no mountain that can't be moved. I know there's help for the heavy-hearted. The weak will find their strength renewed. You just gotta have faith. You just gotta have faith. It's light for the shadow, for all your tomorrow. It's knowing the truth through the sun and the rain. It's when you believe it before you can see it, and you can walk on, 'cause there's always a way. Just gotta have some faith, faith. You gotta have some faith, faith. Searching for purpose in all the waiting, praying through so many silent hours, finding a breath when you feel like fading, learning to love where you are right now. You just gotta have faith. Here we go. It's life for the shadow, for all your tomorrow. It's knowing the truth through the sun and the rain. It's when you believe it before you can see it, and you can walk on, 'cause there's always a way. Just gotta have some faith, faith. You gotta have some faith. That's right. Just gotta have some. Oh, you gotta have some faith. Remember your rescue is right there inside you. Come on, one more time. Oh, it's light for the shadows, for all your tomorrows. It's knowing the truth through the sun and the rain. It's when you believe it before you can see it, and you can walk on, 'cause there's always a way. Just gotta have some faith. Oh, you gotta have some. Oh, just gotta have some faith, faith. You gotta have some faith, faith. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We just gotta have some faith. That's right, you sound great. You can be seated.
And now we settle into our time of prayer and meditation. We begin with a bit of music and then prayer and silent meditation led by Rev Sue.
Oh, I am remembering who I am. Oh, I am remembering who I am. Oh, I am remembering
So I invite you to take a breath with me. Take that deep cleansing breath. Allowing yourself to be just fully present here this morning, remembering who you are. As there is one power, one presence, and it is good. And I am an individualized expression of that one power, one presence, where possibilities are always available to me. When I remember who I am, I know this. I make good choices, choices that are uplifting, choices that serve, choices that heal. I remember who I am in spirit. I remember that each one of us is equal in the eyes of spirit. And on this Easter morning, I remember that any obstacle that appears to be in my way of living my best life, the best version of myself, is just an illusion. That possibilities are always open to me. I hold that for myself. I hold that for each one of you. I hold it for everyone on our prayer list, every prayer request in our prayer box. Knowing that each of us has infinite possibilities available at all times. Now I want to invite you into a time of meditation with me, a time where we align ourselves, our personality selves, with that Christ self that is within everyone. So let's rest together in the silence.
together. Yes, we've just begun. And when evening comes, we smile. So much of life ahead. We'll find a place where there's room to grow. And yes, we've just begun. We've only just begun.
Wasn't that beautiful? I love choir Sundays. Me too. Choir says me too. Happy Easter. Wow. So we've only just begun. Kind of a surprising song for Easter, isn't it? Wasn't it, for some of you? That song started out in 1970 as a commercial jingle for a bank targeting young couples just starting out their life together. But it's a great song about new beginnings. So perfect for Easter, because Easter is not just about some one person who rose from the dead. It can be, if that's what you believe. But it's more about the possibilities that are available to all of us. The new life, new beginnings. We've only just begun. We may be 32 years old here at Columbine, but we've only just begun. And you can feel it when you come every Sunday. Those of you that come most Sundays feel it. There's a vibrancy, there's an aliveness, there's something happening here. We've only just begun. And we are not going to let the size of our sanctuary limit us, or the size of our parking lot hold us back. Because we have a reach to anyone that has the internet. So we've only just begun. We've only just begun. And this Easter, it's a good reminder to all of us that each of us has only just begun. Your whole life is in front of you, no matter what age you are now. You've got a lot in front of you. Think about that. You know, as humans, we tend to like to recreate the past. We think about, we want to go back. We want to, maybe some way there's some life back there in old identities, old versions of ourselves, maybe different haircuts that we had years ago. But life is not lived in the past. It's not lived in the tomb. We can think that that's where life is, but we soon start to realize that it's not. that there's a lot more life in front of us, that we have to remove those obstacles that stand in the way of us really experiencing new life. We want to recreate the past. We reread texts and emails. We replay memories. We replay Sunday talks. I'm like, okay, that's mine. we redo them. But that's not where life is. That's not where what life is about. It's about moving forward. It's about being in the present moment and seeing the whole spectrum of possibilities laid out before us. Possibilities are still alive. We're going to use this as a refrain. So whenever I say possibilities are still, you say, alive. That didn't sound alive. Possibilities are still alive. Oh, so much better. Like you did with faith the first time. Yeah. So possibilities are still alive. And today's message is about resurrecting possibilities. It's not that the possibilities need to come back to life, because they're always there, but our awareness of them needs to come back alive. We need to be aware of what's in front of us and not look back at the tomb or look back at the stone that's in front of the tomb and think, that's it. And it can be easy to do when we're looking at the news, to think, that's it, there's nothing else possible. We can be so certain of that. Think about the Easter morning. Go back to Jesus' time. Mary Magdalene and some other women are going to the tomb with spices to anoint the body. They are certain at what they're going to find. They're going to find a dead body in a tomb. But that's not what they find. Because possibilities are still alive. That was pretty weak. Possibilities are still alive. Yeah, alive. We're alive. So the gospel according to Luke says this. But on the first day of the week at early dawn, they came to the tomb, taking spices that they had prepared. They found the stone rolled away from the tomb, but when they went in, they did not find the body. While they were perplexed about this, suddenly 2 men in dazzling clothes stood beside them. The women were terrified and bowed their faces to the ground. But the men said to them, "Why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not risen here. He is not here, but has risen. He is not here, but has risen." This may be their story, and this is our story too. How many times do we look for the living among the dead? How many times do we want to go back to the way things were? How many times do we think about recreating something that has served its purpose and no longer, doesn't mean that it failed. It just means it served its purpose and it's time to move on. We're invited to look at possibilities. There are so many available to us. We don't even know our own potential. Possibilities are still alive. Boy, you got to get a little more. Maybe you're not paying attention. We want to go back and recreate things instead of looking forward. So it's a human tendency. And it doesn't mean that it's not good to think about our memories, to go back and hold on to memories. That's not what I'm saying. April 5th, this is the anniversary of my ordination. And some of you were here that day when I got ordained. It happened right here in the sanctuary. And the thing I remember the most is the love that was in the room. That love gave me confidence to lean into possibilities that have manifested, that I've seen, visions that have come to fruition. So I'm not saying don't get rid of the memories, but use those. Use maybe the feeling of them to help build something new, to move forward. Possibilities are everywhere. Possibilities are still, yay! Good job. Good job. So Jesus modeled this for us in the Easter story. He modeled how to not let obstacles stand in the way of life. He didn't stay in the tomb. That stone didn't stay in front of the doorway. But maybe the stone was moved not so he could get out, but so that we could see. We could see how to transcend obstacles. We could see how to look at things that are in front of us instead of looking back. Maybe we're looking in the wrong direction or the wrong place. All of you got a program today, and there's a card in there. You got it? Everybody's got one? Kevin and I go to Kauai every year, and we always go to CSL Kauai, which is a Science of Mind spiritual center. We go there, and they were handing these out. And the ministers there, I asked them if we could use the same verbiage. It's amazing. If you read the back, I don't know if you've gotten a chance, but read it. Because if you're not looking for a church, you're not looking for a church of the past, you're looking for a center where you can belong, where you can grow, where you can believe what you want to believe and resonate with what we're sharing here and what we're offering here, then maybe this is a place for you, or maybe you know somebody that needs this. 10 reasons why maybe this is a good place for you. It's a possibility. I would love to see the sanctuary filled like this every Sunday for both services. So pass it around. Let the possibilities be alive in you. So I invite you to look at your own life. Where are you letting obstacles dictate your life? Or where are you embracing your potential? We have enormous potential. I just finished a book by Paul Levy called The Quantum Revelation. And in it, there's one chapter called Geniuses with Amnesia. We are the geniuses, and we have amnesia. Because we don't realize our own innate power. We don't realize our own potential. We're superheroes with these immense powers, and we don't know it. We forget. We don't remember who we are. And so we need a counterspell. And that counterspell can be coming to a place like this, or having whatever spiritual practices you use. Have that counterspell, because if we don't use our superpowers in service of uplifting, then we will use them unconsciously, destructively. And we can see witness of this when we see things happening in the world that are harming people. So we want to stay awake and let whatever is rising in us to emerge, fully emerge. Let that life just, let yourself just bubble over with joy in life, because possibilities are still alive. Yes, they're alive. So remember that possibilities are still alive in you, available to you to choose. And when we know there's more possibilities, what happens? We're able to see other choices, other answers, other things that can make a difference. And we can make a big difference in our world, in our communities, in our families, when we see all the possibilities that are still available to us. So Pedro's got the rest of the story.
So some of you might have noticed that I wear this WWJD bracelet. This is from my old evangelical days, and I still rock it today. And underneath it is the Lord's Prayer in Spanish. And I wanted to get rid of the bracelet, but I couldn't let myself. And so I changed it from what would Jesus do to woo woo Jesus dude. And so now that I'm in unity, I'm like, yeah, woo woo Jesus dude. So if you have any of those old bracelets that if you're former evangelical, Pentecostal like some of us, then who made our way here, just pull out the woo woo Jesus dude, and you're doing all right. So I want to start off with a quote from Ephesians 3. Pop it up. Ephesians 3. Okay, this particular scripture means a lot to me, and it's obviously in an epistle and not from the Gospels. But I want you to listen to what it says, and then it'll inform the rest of what I'm going to share this morning. It's from Paul, who some people go, ugh, but Paul said a couple good things, and one of the good things was this. He said that I prayed. This was him speaking from a place of struggle and imprisonment and suffering, and he was telling people, like, even though we're going through all this stuff, even though I'm suffering right now, I want you to know this love. And he said that I pray that according to the riches of, that's not gender inclusive language, so God's glory, the divine glory, may grant that you may be strengthened in your inner being. So we talk a lot about the indwelling Christ here. So your inner being with power through God's Spirit or through the divine Spirit, and that Christ may dwell in your hearts. And we talk about the Christ within each and every one of us. So he's in this time, 2,000 years ago, he's saying that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith, as you are being rooted and grounded in love, firmly established in love. And then he says, I pray that you may have the power, this Sue brought up our superpowers, to comprehend with all the saints, those awakened beings, what is the breadth and length and height and depth, and know the love of Christ that surpasses knowledge. And I want to hang on that for a second. First, multiple dimensions. These are all dimensions, and it's every dimension, this love that surpasses knowledge. Because sometimes we're limited by what we think we know. We, a lot of times, go back to the past, as Sue pointed to, because we've survived the past. We know the past. Even if it's horrible, we still remember it. We still survived it. We know that we can survive, so we go back to what we know. This is something from one of the 12 powers of imagination. It's beyond what you know. Einstein said that imagination is more important than knowledge because we're limited by our knowledge, but imagination is infinite. And so beyond surpasses knowledge, and here is the kicker. So that you may be filled with all the fullness of God. Now think about that for yourself. Imagine if you were filled with all the fullness of God, what else can get in there? Somebody tells you you're less than, I don't have room for that. I'm full of the fullness of God. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm filled with the fullness of God. And I'll tell you, if you're not filled with the fullness of God, chances are you'll be full of something else. So you might as well be filled with all the fullness of God. And so I'm going to tell you this story because when I was a kid, I resonated with this. I was a Bible nerd. I was what would Jesus do before woo woo Jesus dude. And I would read this and I would feel inside of myself like, I know I'm loved. Everything around me is telling me that I'm less than, that I don't deserve to be loved, whether it was in my internal family systems or whether it was the cultural context in which I was brought up in, was telling me that I wasn't worthy of love. But here's these teachings telling me otherwise. And so I grabbed onto those. And so I'm going to share a scene with y'all in my life. I was coming home from school one day, and sometimes I didn't catch the bus because I got bullied. So sometimes I would take a long walk home instead of catching the bus. And so one day I made that decision, and I thought I had gotten around everybody, and I was walking through some people's yards and cutting through to get home, and I came across a guy who was known for nefarious deeds. I'll just call it like that. And he was trying to recruit me into the Nefarious Deeds program. And I didn't want to participate. And so his recruitment was to try to shame me. And so he's like, Pedro, nobody likes you. Guys don't like you. Girls don't like you. You need a haircut. Your clothes are from the Goodwill. And he was just listing off all these things of why I should feel down. And then he offered through nefarious deeds to help me become a normal person from his perspective. And as he was saying it, I could feel like my light, if you want to call it that, diminishing, like I was shrinking up inside. And then a question went in my mind. It's like, well, if this were true, it would have to be 100% true. It would have to be a unanimous decision. And so I thought to myself, if I don't agree, then this isn't true. And so then I asked him, is everything you're saying true? And he said, yeah. And then I said, well, I don't agree, so it's not a unanimous decision, so it's not true. And then he said, and that's why I hate you. And then he said, you think you're perfect, but you're not. And then for some reason, out of the depths of love or whatever, I said, so what? I think you're perfect too. And then when I don't know why I said it. I heard myself say it. I was never taught that in church, but it came out of my mouth. And then he proceeded to tell me how imperfect he was. He's like, I'm perfect. I do nefarious deeds. And then he started to list off how he was imperfect. But if you see how it goes, is I started to go into the tomb of my being. But then love resurrected the true me out of it. And then when I came into my own resurrection, it was natural for me to want to tell him, hey man, the same is true about you. But he relied on his knowledge and what the world told him, and not the love that surpassed knowledge. And so he felt like he had to be diminished, just like he was trying to diminish me. So how many of you are familiar with the term glow up in here? Glow up, glow up? I know the young people might be familiar with glow ups. Okay. So I would say that for Jesus, the resurrection was like the ultimate glow up. In fact, they said that the other beings had like glowing up clothes. And so Jesus, he had this glow up. And in the stories that I'm focusing on today, the disciples and Mary, when they first saw him, they didn't recognize him because of the glow up. Now, that's how it is when we watch these videos and things like that. They'll show people and they'll be in one state, then they'll be like, and next thing you know, they're like, oh, look at me. And then I glue up. And then people say, whoa, man, they glue up. They're not recognizable. And that's the spiritual glow up. When Jesus came in his emergent body, resurrected from the fears of death, which control much of how we live, he was glowed up in a way that they couldn't recognize him. And Mary thought, oh, is he the gardener? And then he called her name. He said Mary. And then when he said Mary, she heard his voice. And then she knew who he was. And that happens a lot of times in life when we change into an unrecognizable person because maybe we've overcome an addiction, or maybe we got out of a relationship that kept us down, or maybe we were doing a job that made us feel like, ugh, and then we came out of it and we're different. And people go, I don't even recognize you anymore, which is a good thing. And sometimes when we call their name, we call each other back into remembrance. And later, the disciples, there was a scene where the disciples were fishing, and they weren't catching any fish, and this guy was out on the shore, and they didn't know who he was, and then the guy gave them some advice. He said, hey, go fish on the other side. And then they did, and then they caught a bunch of fish, and then they saw him. They knew who he was because they remembered an experience that they had with him in community in the past that then informed their present, and so they recognized him in the now. And that's what we do here. Sometimes we forget ourselves, we forget who we really are, and then we get in community and we have experiences and it reminds us back to who we are. And then we call each other into resurrection. That's what we do. And that's the invitation of this moment. So as I prepare to let you go, I want to ask you this question that I learned from Eric Butterworth, who seems to be the unity person that people like the most. He said, what relevance does Easter story have for today? What does it have for today? Because yes, we can celebrate what happened a long time ago, but that is not the point. The point is for us in every dimension of our being to be filled with the fullness of God and for us to continue to resurrect to ourselves moment by moment. So the question again is, what does the resurrection or what does Easter mean for today? The eternal Easter in which we are all of a part. So what do we say? We are alive with possibilities. I forgot the quote. What did you say? Possibilities are still in you, so may you live the resurrection every single day.
So we're going to do an anointing now. An anointing is a ritual that we do to help you cross from one life to the next life. And so we have I'm going to ask my prayer chaplains to come up and grab their oil and get their stations. And when we do this, the ushers are going to guide us. We're going to come up the sides and go back the middle. Okay, everybody got that? We're going to come up the sides. The ushers will, row by row, we'll have some anointer in the back as well. But, okay, and if you're not being anointed, you can just rest in the silence.
Now we get to the more prosaic part of the service. It's important, just in a different way. And we're grateful for your presence here. And it's a reminder, our purpose statement is our reminder of why we gather each Sunday. So please say it together with me. We commit to increasing our spiritual awareness, diversifying our community, manifesting our highest potential, and positively impacting the world. And you're making an impact here today just by being here, and then also all the connections that you might have while you're here. We're grateful for your presence. And it enriches Columbine, and we also invite you to continue enriching Columbine financially. We are self-sustaining, as most of you know, and so we celebrate all of the gifts that come to us so that we can continue to flourish as a community. And before we do that, we always want to bless the offerings. So let's again say that together. God's love has always met and will always meet all my needs. I give freely, I receive abundantly, and I am grateful. And we are indeed very grateful. And your board of trustees is very careful with all of the funds that come in so that we can continue to thrive. And as the offering bags make their way through the sanctuary, we always like to turn and give a wave to our online viewers and our production team that makes the online viewing possible. Hello out there in virtual land. We're grateful that for your presence as well. And if this is your first time here or the first time in a long time, please come over to Foss Hall after the service and just have a chat with somebody, get to know somebody a little bit better. And I'm going to go now through some of the upcoming events that we have here. The first is next Sunday, I'll be leading part 4 of the Unity Basics course, which is called the Spiritual Gifts Assessment or Survey. And you are all welcome to join in that, whether or not you participated in any other part of the Unity Basics series. I found it really helpful to help myself identify the ways that I could really serve this community in my most authentic self. So you are invited to that, and details are in your Thursday email update. And then we have such a vibrant prayer chaplain cohort here. We're very, very blessed with that. And they get questions frequently about what is affirmative prayer and how do we pray the Unity way and so on. So this is the second time that they've offered a conversation, about half an hour, 40 minutes, in 2 weeks, in between the 2 services. So please join them for that. If you have questions about prayer, bring your questions and hopefully get them answered and make some extra connections with our prayer chaplains. Again, details in the Thursday email update. And then the solstice, many of you have been hearing about this, a solstice on the farm in June. And so on Thursday in the email update, the early bird tickets will be available. So please take a look for that. We're very excited about being able to share in what Teresa, our next door neighbor, has offered us to give us free of charge the use of her farm for this very special event. So if you know Teresa or you see somebody walking around with a name tag, Teresa Schuler, thank her. She's been very generous with this. And then Earth Day, I sort of talked over as the children were leaving. There was a couple that was seated over here, Daniel and Megan Stone, and he owns a tree company, Patriot Tree Company. They have offered to donate a huge load of wood chips. And so 2 weeks from today, close to Earth Day, we are going to invite all of you to stay after the second service and help us spread the mulch. So dress accordingly. So whether that means farm clothes, sunscreen, all of that. And again, if you see Daniel or Megan with their little ones, please thank them because that is a really big savings and it helps us to beautify our space. And then before we talk about the ambassador, just a reminder, if you do have children that are waiting anxiously for the egg hunt, I can see some of them out there, I think, already. So please make your way quickly. You know, like when you're on an aircraft and they say, does anyone have a connecting flight with a really short connection time? So maybe if you don't, you could sit for a minute and let them go out because the children are very excited about that. And then they will have fun as Jeannie described. They've already primed the children there. And if you purchased tulips, please take them as you leave today. We're thankful for all of you who did that, and it helped, as you can see, to beautify the platform. So thank you. And now we will stand for our final song. No, I'm sorry. Going back to the beginning. Now we're ready for our song.
love that gives me strength. Nothing